All right, hello everybody. This is Kevin from Skateyogi. Oh wait, hold on a second. I gotta take my mask off. How's everyone doing today? I'm doing pretty good. I'm over at the laundromat across the street doing my laundry, and my clothes are drying right now, so I figured instead of hanging out there, I would come over here to Skateyogi and do a quick lesson on how to stop on your skateboard. I know we did kind of a very intro level absolute basics lesson a little while ago where we were talking about stance and pushing, and then because of everything going on we never really got a chance to continue that, and so I'm just going to continue the lessons solo with me and my phone. So I figured once you learn how to push, the next thing you want to learn how to do is stop. So quick reminder guys, like give us a little subscribe and a like. No, you don't have to give us a like. Just subscribe to stay tuned because we're going to be putting out more of these. Going to try and make it as fluid as possible, like as if you were here taking a class, because I miss teaching everyone. So I'm going to kind of like go through a lot of just the typical things that I would talk through in a Skateyogi class. So if you don't remember or you didn't watch the first one, in the first one, just a quick review, we talked about 1, 2, 3, 4, stepping up on the board, foot position, pushing off, and then kind of getting off the board after that. Today we're going to focus on stepping and jumping off the board, and then also the foot brake, which is going to be a really helpful way to stop the board when you don't want to just like abandon ship. So let's get started. All right, here we go. So to begin, we can practice in a stationary stance, just kind of reviewing our 1, 2, 3, 4. So we put our front foot on, and then our back foot. And then remember when we get off the board, we step off with our back foot first, and then our front foot. So we've been practicing this move, 1, 2, 3, 4. You're already kind of getting the hang of stopping. And so when you're going really kind of at a slow speed, you put your front foot on, you push, and then getting off the board, it's really just stepping that back foot forward like that. I'm gonna grab the camera now because I think I need to show you something. So let's go into first person point of view. Ooh, exciting. All right. So now you can see what I can see, my cat grip tape, which always gives me a smile. When we step on the board, we usually have our front foot pretty straight like that. Our back foot goes sideways. And then when we're riding, we pivot our foot, right? So usually you want to have your foot kind of at an angle like that. You don't usually want to ride with your feet parallel like this, because then when you need to get off the board, you can see getting my back foot forward is going to be really tricky, kind of like an awkward hip movement there. But if you have your front foot kind of angled like this, then it's a happy medium between standing sideways and standing forward. So if you need to step off, you can step off like that. So a lot of times in the over here when we're doing a stopping drill, we'll just have students just kind of push off and then get comfortable stepping off their board, right? Doing that over and over again. And then we do a drill where we kind of act a little bit. So what we're gonna do is kind of imagine the scenario where we had to get off our board in a hurry. So stepping our back foot forward is always gonna be the quickest, safest, easiest way to get off our board. In a hurry, the step might be more of a hop. So you need to be ready to be able to jump off your board, but the jump is really just a quick step, right? So we do that here and kind of pretend like that ramp at the end over there is like some kind of obstacle, like a car, or sometimes the kids call it like a dragon or a monster or something we need to step off and not hit. And we're gonna push towards that at a medium speed and then jump before we get there. So here we go, ready? Like that. This is a nice drill just to kind of get used to it. I'm gonna put the phone over here now. Don't mind our little fingerboard project, little skate park there. That's for another video. All right, let me put you here. Get a nice view. All right, that's a pretty good view. We're going low budget with the editing. I'm actually editing it while we make it. So, but this way you can see me approach. And I jump. I jump off like that. And doing that over and over again just trains the response, because I see sometimes what people do when they're skating and they get panicky, they might step their front foot off, and then they're off balance and they can slip back, or their weight might be back, and then what happens if you have to fall? If you're there, you're gonna slip back. So you want to kind of have your front foot trained to be there if you think you're gonna have to get off your board, to shift your weight to the front and then step off. Another thing that happens a lot is when people do this exercise, their board shoots out like this. Ready? It goes like this, like they jump, and the board it went all the way to the bathroom. Sorry, let me go get the skateboard. Yeah, it went pretty far. I actually went off this ramp into the bathroom. Whew, that was crazy. So the trick to avoid having it shoot back like that if you jump off your board is to jump up. Here, I'm gonna put you back over here because this is probably better to see like this. Hello. Okay. So the reason it shot back is because I'm jumping forward and I'm kicking back. But if I jump up and then out, it won't kick back. So watch this one. I'm here and then I jump up and then out, and the kind of board stays there. In here, that doesn't really matter too much because, you know, it's just like a skate park with ramps and stuff. But, you know, if you were out in the street and you need to jump off your board, you certainly wouldn't want your board to kick back into traffic or something and maybe get run over or, you know, harm someone else. So it's kind of good to learn how to control that. But that brings me to our second method for stopping, which is going to be really helpful in situations where it's not an emergency, and that's the foot brake. So you don't always want to be having to jump off your skateboard to get off. And so the skateboard doesn't have brakes, but our flat sole sneakers that we're wearing when we skate are kind of nice for spreading out the friction on the ground very evenly. So when you're riding your skateboard, let me give you a good angle here. Let me see what that looks like. Okay, that's pretty good. All right, so here's a little drill we can do to practice this. So stationary drill, you're on your board, and now to practice the foot brake, you're gonna put all your weight on your front foot, and then put your back foot out like it's floating here, and then here's the secret to it. You don't reach down to touch the ground. The trick really is that you lower your weight using your front knee to make the foot touch. So see how I'm using my front knee to let my board hit the ground? That way my hips are still even. If I'm riding and I just kind of reach my foot down and tilt my hips, then I'm starting to put too much weight on the ground, right? If I'm able to keep my hips even and lower myself from my front, it's a much more controlled movement. So this exercise, it's actually a nice little, I don't know, a little squat move, like one-legged squat, will also help train that movement. So you'll be able to really calibrate it well. Because when you're doing the foot brake, you want to keep most of your weight on the front foot. So let me do it once or twice so you can see it, approaching the camera here, and then I'll do a first-person point of view so you can see what it looks like looking down at your skateboard. All right, here we go. So I'm riding, all my weight is now on my front foot, back foot's here, and I'm just sliding it back. Sometimes it looks deceivingly easy, but it actually is kind of a weird hip motion, so it helps to practice that. Let me do it another time. Here and cool. Let me make a few notes on where to put your feet and everything. Your back foot can hit the ground anywhere as long as it's behind your front foot. I find myself when I'm going faster, I might take a wider stance to give myself more stability, or if I'm going slow like I just was, it's closer. And also there's no right or wrong position. Some people will do it straight, some like this. Some people like to use the tip of their toe. I think the more of your foot you can use, the better. But really, whatever feels comfortable for you to make that happen is going to be the best. So let me take you along for the ride. Here we go. Woo. It's like a video game. All right. So here I'm pushing, and then here. Just like that. Or if I'm going slow, just like that. Let me go a little faster and see what that looks like. All right, foot brake. So that's stepping, jumping off, ways to do stationary exercises to practice both of those. So if you guys are staying at home like everyone else and have limited outdoor space to skate, you can still practice some of these moves to get kind of the motions that you would have to do. If you have a little bit of space outdoors somewhere, you could definitely practice this. All you need is some flat ground. Cool, I hope that was helpful. Guys, next time we'll make us more videos on turning, different ways to stop, what to do about curbs. I don't know, there's a whole long list of stuff, but I just wanted to do a little bit for today, just enough to go out and practice for yourself. If you got anything in particular you'd like us to see or you'd like us to demonstrate, leave it in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please like, remember to subscribe. All right, guys, have a great day. Take care. Peace.